great hybrid workout. A lot of conditioning. We're gonna get some big back squats in too. There's 3 blocks that we're gonna be working through. Really, they're almost like 3 separate workouts all together. So it's about a 75-minute workout in total. The first block is every 5 minutes on the 5 minutes. So every 5 minutes we'll be doing 10 back squats at 60% of your 1 or 2 rep max, followed by a sled push into a sled pull, and then whatever time's remaining in that 5 minutes, we're gonna run. And we're gonna run at a sustainable pace, but an uncomfortable pace. So something that's gonna definitely challenge your thresholds. We don't wanna be super gassed going back into our next set of squats. So we're gonna be moving for 25 minutes straight, 5 sets of 5 minutes.
I'm trying to be cool on the podcast, but no, we were talking about how the client should never feel like it's a chore to work out. And we try to always make it fun. How do we make it fun? Like someone that's experienced working out as a pain in the butt and they just hate they're dragging their feet to try to get there. We try to really try our best to do that. So when we accomplish that, it's mission accomplished.
So the formula of that, I think, is it needs to be very challenging, okay? To make it fun, it has to be challenging. But with that, it comes, you could say though, running for an hour is challenging, or just sprints is challenging. But how do you make it challenging and fun? The fun part comes from it being engaging. So the challenge is, this is hard as heck. I'm like panting for air. But the fun part is, I'm so engaged with what I'm doing right now because I know it requires focus. So when you combine the two, I think that's what gives people that experience.
Yeah, and it goes back to also, you know, we are so thankful that we have the space that we do. You know, both at Eastwork and in Durham, we have this space that, you know, when I look back on this journey of resilience, I'll look back as that being such a huge blessing that we are in right now, because it's not a little small box. We have this space that we're so...
Okay, so we have round B. This is crazy, but we got a 1K run to start. So we're gonna start probably keeping like for the HYROX, like a race style pace. And then we're gonna go into a 1K ski. From there, we're going into 15 deadlift at 50%. So high reps, we're not going too heavy. And then we go into 800-meter run, 800-meter ski, and 10 deadlift. We're gonna take a 2-minute rest. And I think this is the part that's got me, Ron, and Andrew kind of psyched. We got a 2K row and 150 wall balls at the end, which is not going to be fun. But yeah, we're gonna get it done.
We're so thankful for the space where you can actually run around in the winter and, you know, feel free in there. It's big. It's 22,000 square feet. It's big, man. So you can get a lot of you know, running in there and all kinds of stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, great class, great way to train. Great way to train.
Future conditioning focuses, you know, so we have that endurance class, which is game day. We have that hit class, which is rush, which together synergistically they really kind of hit 2 opposite ends. So
okay, what is the hardest part, George? So the hardest part, I think, is the mental, because, like, you know, we know, since we've looked at the workout, we have a huge portion of gonna finish with 150 wall balls. And sometimes mentally, when you're working out, knowing what you have to do, how much longer it is, can play with you mentally. So you really gotta focus in on the present, because the mind can really like work against you as you're training, especially when you know it's coming. So that can be challenging, to calm that mind and just stay in the present moment. So yeah, that sometimes can be a challenge, but it's good when you zone in and stay present.
right now, you know, our classes open up almost a week before.
6 days.
Yeah, so I know Survivor is pretty much full like the first day it opens, which is a great sign. It's really cool to have that demand, and it's a real grind, 90-minute grind.
So yeah, and sometimes you throw some strength in there to like it's kind of it's like a truly high, I would say the most hybrid class.
It was our first hybrid class ever.
Yeah.
It was the first hybrid class we ever ran was Survivor.
So you can sometimes expect to like maybe squat and do a lot of stuff like you would do in game day, but you're gonna get that strength piece. And like Andrew said, there may be some crazy finisher at the end, run to.
Crazy, bro, you're talking about this because I specifically remember we had game day in Rush, and we said to each other, there can be no barbells in these classes.
Yeah.
This was like maybe 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So when Survivor came on, this was before HYROX, this was before Nick Barr and all these hybrid guys. We said we can bring in barbells, we can bring in big movements like squats, deadlifts, bench press into this seemingly conditioning class. That was hybrid before it was hybrid.
Yeah.
So that's crazy we're talking about that.
So yeah, it's like I think our most hybrid class on the schedule, which is cool.
Yeah.
One of the other things about HYROX is that it can be a very individual sport, and you can be in your own lane when you're training. But I think a key to stay sharp is to find a group of guys like this, because iron sharpens iron, and when you can train with other guys or gals, that's when you're gonna hit breakthroughs. You don't want to just isolate yourself because it's HYROX and it's an individual race. You want to find a crew, you want to find a community, a group of guys that will push you to the next level.
Still have 150 wall balls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, after you look after the business, okay, basically you have 3 jobs. One is your own workout, 2 to look after the business, 3 is being your parent.
Yeah.
How is it like to balance all the 3 of them?
Yeah, it's tough sometimes, but yeah, I heard Andrew talking, and I agree. It's like prioritizing, and sometimes like things take. You just got to prioritize what is important to you, and fit it in however you can. You know, that's may mean for me sometimes working out a little bit later, or adjusting my schedule, going out for runs later at night. It's a challenge for sure. It's about priorities and what you want, and just getting it done. And again, surrounding yourself with great people. Since I've started training with you, Patient, and Andrew, Moran, and Manny, it's been great because I know I wouldn't do this on my own, so I'm working out a little bit harder, and I don't have a choice. When I come here, I gotta do what's on the board, right? So yeah, so that helps a lot too.
Good job, bro. Now let's go for the 150 wall balls.
That's a wrap, guys. About an hour and 30-minute workout. 3 takeaways from today's workout. Find yourselves a group of guys, a pack of dogs that you can get after it with. That makes the biggest difference. I'm so glad for these guys. They keep me sharp. Number 2, honestly, I didn't feel like showing up today, but I showed up. I'm glad I did. So show up when you don't feel like it. And number 3, you got this. Keep believing in the process and keep showing up. It's worth it. Peace.